Hey guys, welcome back to another Trick Tip Tuesday. And for today's tip, I'm going to talk to you guys about some cleaners that I like to use around the shop. So there's a lot of different cleaners that are out there, things that you can use to be able to clean, whether it's your materials, your machines, your tools, all that kind of thing. A couple of universal cleaners that I like to use around the shop are acetone and denatured alcohol. So the reason I like to have both of these around, they both can do similar things. And they both will clean without really leaving any residue on, let's say, metals and things like that. Basically, I'll use them depending on what exactly I'm cleaning. So on a piece of material like this that has an oil on it from the steel yard, I actually prefer to use the acetone on it because the acetone is a little bit more aggressive and will clean that oil off of there, whereas the alcohol, while it can still clean that oil off of there, it's a little slower at it and is not quite as aggressive. So, but if I do need to clean something off of my metal after I've been working with that piece a little bit, sometimes I'll use the alcohol based on if I have marks or measurements already laid out on those pieces. So for starters here, obviously with some acetone, just put some on a rag, and then works real well to wipe the oily residues off of the surface. You can see a little bit of dirt build up there. If you're already working with that piece of material and you have a Sharpie, and I'm just going to draw a big X on here so you can see that. Obviously, acetone is pretty aggressive and it'll take that right off of there. But if you have some marks laid out, the beauty of denatured alcohol is that if you do get something on there you want to wipe off, you can wipe off your material and it will not remove your Sharpie marks, which is pretty cool. So keep your piece clean, if you, like I said, get any oils on it, that sort of thing. But again, if you go back to the acetone, it will wipe your Sharpie marks right off of there. So that's a explanation of how I use these two, maybe on some metal materials. I do prefer alcohol on aluminum because I think it does have to do a little bit with the aggressiveness of the cleaners. Sometimes I feel like acetone does leave a little bit of a haze on the aluminum when I'm working with it, and the denatured alcohol does not. So another cleaner, another use for these, face shields, things like that, even safety glasses, I will use denatured alcohol on to, whether you're sweating or you do get some kind of oils or anything like that on what you need to see through, even my welding helmets, that sort of thing. I use the denatured alcohol because it does not harm the plastics in a lot of the materials. So, with this here, I'm going to show you guys, I would normally clean this with a denatured alcohol because it's going to get the lens nice and clean as best it can. I need a new lens in this, which is why I'm showing you this on here. So you can wipe that off, and then when that's dry, it leaves still a nice clear lens to be able to look through. Whereas if you use acetone on a plastic like that, it actually starts to break down the plastic and causes a haze on it. And like I said, I need to replace this lens anyway because it's cracked, which is why I'm showing you this right here. You can see how that's pretty hazy and cloudy and now has a residue on there. So again, I use the denatured alcohol for my face shields, welding helmet, safety glasses, that sort of thing, to be able to clean them, clean any oils or sweat, any of that kind of stuff off of them without causing harm to the plastics. So yeah, that's my explanation on a couple of easy shop cleaners you can have around your shop. Always make sure you're safe with these because they are extremely flammable. So don't open a can, set your rag on the table when you get started welding. Next thing you know, you have a rag fire on your table. So be safe when you're using them. But these are two good and easy shop cleaners that are nice to have around the shop. So thanks for watching this week's Trick Tip Tuesday, and we'll see you next week.